Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm doing a little bit of organizing here on the bait wall. And if you guys haven't seen my bait wall before, it's, I'd have to say it's kind of impressive. I love this thing. But this is not really to flex. It's not really to show off or anything like that. A good organization system like this on either Slatboard or Pegboard is super, super valuable for maintaining, a little bit of organization, but also inventory. You can see I've got, spaces that are open right now. It allows me to see very quickly, what I have a lot of and what I need to order from Z-Man or from wherever I'm ordering it from. And so organizing it in this fashion as opposed to like boxes is way, way better, because I used to organize in boxes, in big crates, and a lot of times I would over order because, or under order, I wouldn't have enough of an item, or I'd have way too much of it because, I might have some that were way down there in the box. So I've ended up recently, with the new shop, which it is a disaster right now, but and we got a buddy's boat here in the garage, but we ended up doing Slatboard in this shop. And to me, my last garage, the last two garages, I had two big panels of pegboard. Still got a bunch of those pegs, spent a ton of money on the pegs for the pegboard. But because I actually was lucky enough to go to the closing of a retail store, and they were giving away a big box of, these pegs here for Slatboard, I was like, man, I'm going to go to Slatboard for my next, organization system, my next bait wall. And let me tell you, I love Slatboard. I would not go back to Pegboard if you paid me. Slatboard to me is just far superior. Being able to move baits back and forth, be able to take them off easily. The fact that you don't need space behind the board for the pegs to go in, because when you have a traditional, if you haven't had a regular Pegboard, let's see if we can find one back here. All right, so we got this right here. So you have to have some space behind the pegboard to put in the peg and then have it come out like that. So generally you just need, like, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch or something behind the board to be able to use the pegs in it. But with Slatboard, you just put up these panels. Each of them were 6 inches by 8 foot long. And you just put each of them up, each of those tiles up, and that creates the Slatboard wall. And not only does that create a much more cleaner looking surface, but it also gives you a very, very strong holding surface. Like, I put a lot of big items that are heavy, that have a lot of leverage. Like, you can see my clothing rack there. I've got a bunch of different jackets and jerseys and such, sweatshirts, and that's a lot of leverage. With Pegboard, you would start seeing that kind of start to warp, and it would probably fail by this point. But with Slatboard, there's so many anchor points on this deal, and it's just so well made that it does a lot better with all the weight. So I will never go back to Pegboard unless I have to. I still have some of the Pegboard. I shouldn't say I won't ever go back to Pegboard. I think Pegboard is really good for like tools or things like that maybe you need a little bit of flexibility as far as, horizontally, the Slatboard is superior, but vertically, like, with Pegboard, you would have holes, at closer intervals, so you could actually, for like a tool or something, you could put pegs in certain locations to kind of fit the contours of the tools. So I think for tool organization in your garage, Pegboard might actually be a little bit ahead of Slatboard. But for something like this, a retail space or organizing baits like this, for fishing tackle, I mean, Slatboard is the deal. So let me know what you think about both of these options, Pegboard or Slatboard, and what you would choose for the situation that you're trying to you know, create a little bit of organization for yourself. But anyways, that's what I decided on. And so I want to hear your comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're still working on the shop.